Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome to the show. I'm back. I'm in the house. We're talking Riverdale. It's the end of season 2. This is Shadow of a Doubt. I'm so pumped, guys. So many crazy things are happening. Veronica's opening a casino. What the hell? I can't wait to talk about everything with you guys. We'll see you in one quick second. We'll be right back with the Riverdale After Show on AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh my goodness! Sin City by AC/DC. Shawna, what a great idea.
Good job, Shawna.
She loved it. It's terrific.
I love this song. It's a gay anthem, you know.
Is it really?
No, it's not.
Oh. All of a sudden, I was really interested, and I was supposed to be like, hey, wait, I know the moves.
Yes, all the drag queens lip syncing all the time.
So true story, when I was like 14, I was in my first band ever, and I was like the singer in the band. I couldn't really sing yet. We played the song at a talent show. We covered the song, and I did a high kick. I was wearing corduroys. They were baggy, I remember. And I was like, so I did a high kick. And I
love you so much.
Did you land it, though?
We didn't win, no.
Oh, but did you at least feel good about the high kick?
Yes.
Well, then that's all that matters.
I reprised the high kick several times.
Yes.
It was a corduroy high kick, which is not normal, and
They were-
very, very commendable.
They were baggy pants. Yeah, it was good. So anyway, guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's AfterBuzz TV. We're here. We're talking Riverdale. It's season 2. We're getting late in the season. We've only got a few episodes left, right? I mean, I think we've got 3 episodes left, maybe.
Yeah.
The stakes are getting high. There's so much murder, so much sex.
This show is getting to be a bit much. I'm like, whoa, who died this time and who had sex this time?
It's wild. It's wild.
Great.
It's true.
And we have a great panel today. So on the far end here, we have Mr. Frank Moran. Happy
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I remember. I'm so excited to be here with everybody.
Yeah.
I saw it last week, so please and everybody, if you're as excited as I am to see the return of Ben Bateman, make sure you follow him on social media and see that sweet first headshot. I fell in love with him just a little bit more when I saw
Are you
that.
talking about my TBT where I had the locks?
Loved
ones?
it.
These ones?
Loved it.
Oh, I gotta
posted one.
see that.
Oh,
Yes.
really? Oh,
The
yeah.
lion mane. It was awesome.
It's
Wait a
like-
minute now. You guys know I like a little bit of that now.
Are you kidding? You already liked the picture. I remember your name coming up.
Yes, I like it, but I like it because it's you. But
You're-
now that I'm hearing about what it looked like, I remember.
You're
It's
playing-
beautiful.
You're playing hard to get.
It's beautiful.
Shauna,
I'm
how you
playing hard to
doing?
get.
Welcome back to the panel.
Hey, it's
Glad to
me,
see
your
you.
girl Shawna O, and I just want to tell you guys this episode had me clutching my imaginary pearls, and at the end I was like mouth open, can't believe what happened.
Jaw dropped.
Yes.
Yeah. And I got my boy, Matt Marr. He's my buddy from the Preacher panel.
Preacher.
We always talked about Riverdale, and he's
We
here on the
did.
panel with me
I
tonight. I'm
did.
so excited.
I'm sad Sam is sick, but I'm glad that she texted me to say fill in for me. So hello, y'all. I'm
Yes, we miss you, Sam.
happy to be here. Yes, we miss you, Sam.
Yeah, so, we got a lot coming up on tonight's episode. Some serpent apparently was doing Midge. What the hell? I gotta say.
Who I thought was gay.
Yeah, right?
I thought they were giving us vibes like he was,
Well, the travesty of it all is that Midge keeps dating the gay guys.
Yeah, she does.
She just can't do it.
There's
She's
something.
used to being
she's
the-
Bless her
a
heart.
little self-destructive. Apparently, Dr. Curdle prefers small bills.
Yep.
And Small Fry, apparently, is looking for payback. So there's a lot to talk about on tonight's episode. We have everything to break down. We have a campaign to break down. We have Betty, full confession at the dinner table. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. There's so much on tonight's episode. So
drink tea.
what I want to know from drink tea. What I want to know from you guys first and foremost is what was your initial reaction to the episode? Obviously, following up, we had a musical episode. We had a really good episode last week. I thought last week was absolutely terrific. And then
I hated it.
really,
We've already Ben Bateman. I love the musical episode, and I hated last week. I abhorred it. It was my least favorite episode of the season.
I hated the musical episode, but
Loved
I
it.
could not stand. I could not stand it. The voices were so bad. Cheryl, I
No,
love
Cheryl couldn't sing.
Maddie Pesh, but good lord, was
Maddie
the voice
Pesh
bad.
could not sing. But it's,
you are the only person who thinks that.
Are you kidding?
no, Maddie Pesh could not sing. It was.
Are you kidding me? I was
I'm an
feeling
opera
her.
queen, so I'm like I'm picky about this.
And I know nothing
But
about
story-wise, I loved it.
I could literally do all of Cheryl's parts right now on command better than Cheryl.
But it didn't matter that she could sing
Ooh,
because
challenge.
that
We gotta
scene
get her
was
on the
so
show.
good. Anyway, that was last week. I'm sorry.
So I like last week's episode though, and then
Mm-hmm.
but tonight, like, there's so many crazy. I think tonight really felt to me like they were setting up what we're going to see. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like we have just a few episodes left, and this felt like they were setting the table for some major developments and kind of probably major deaths that are going to happen. I feel like. So yeah, go ahead. What do you-
I thought there was just a lot of dumb stuff in this episode.
Really?
Yes. So, like Archie and Veronica, deciding to. I do like. She comes over, says, "Hey, Papa Andrews, I'm a big fan. I'm throwing my loyalty and support behind your campaign.
Right.
Excuse us while I go upstairs and have sex with your son now.
Yeah.
That seems so weird. To have sex.
It's Riverdale. When is that not going to happen? The sex is
Come on.
But it was just strange. The way it was like a reward.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. You're now supporting my father. Come up here and get this beefcake. It's like, no, that was not okay. These are high school students.
Yeah, and then the whole
goodness
thing with
sake.
Fang and the town like a lynch mob. I was like, come on, that just seemed too far. I was like, get out of here.
The White Fang lynch mob may have been the most melodramatic scene I've ever seen. Honestly,
It was a lot.
It was
It was a lot.
It was in slow motion.
And I kind of needed.
it was. It was
Yeah.
just
Like,
like
they were all hugging each other, and it was just like, I'm like, you
doubt
guys
about
better
it.
run. You guys better get through fast.
I felt like I needed a trigger warning too, a little bit, because I felt a little bit like the shooting, like a shooter, a bunch of people. I was like, hashtag too soon. Like literally, it actually gave me anxiety with what's going on in the current call. And so I was kind of surprised that they did that in the middle. Maybe they did that to relate to what's going on, but then I don't know. It felt I don't know, something about it felt a little forced to me.
Sure.
To me, I don't know.
So
Yeah, I
talk
wrote
to
that
me.
down, too.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I wrote that down too. I was totally like aware of the fact that they were doing the shooting thing on purpose in like a mass shooting theater type of thing.
Right.
And I felt the terror, and I think they portrayed it better with Hermione and how she reacted to it is what really brought it home for me.
So talk to me a little bit about what you guys think about this whole idea that Hal is the Black Hood. Because, honestly, we've dealt with this for quite a while. Lachlan Monroe has been teased as... I think he's been a dark horse candidate for the Black Hood for some time. And tonight, they really laid it on thick. Betty's at the dinner table, and he says, I can relate to the darkness, and we find the clippings. Like, do we really think... I mean, this is so heavy-handed. Do we really think that Hal is the Black Hood?
They could be tricking us.
I don't think so. And it just seemed like that scene at the end where she calls him, let's have that meeting. I'm like, what? All right. That scene seemed out of place to me. I don't know.
It kind of was like they cleared it up.
Yeah.
And then Betty was like, no, I didn't see. I mean, the thing is, I have a big problem with Riverdale when it focuses too much on the parents, when it focuses on the parents' plot, not the kids' plot. And that's what I feel like it's been a problem for me a lot in this season, because I just want Hiram Lodge to die. And but
Really? Consuelos?
die, take him out. And
The armband.
but
Precious.
I feel like they finally gave Hal Cooper something to do.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had anything to do, and it's interesting just because I always screw up her name, but Matt Campeche is her wife, and that woman can act in a Walmart bag because she's so.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Yeah, Magic.
Yeah. So I do like this stuff. I don't know. I don't think he's a Black Hood. I think they're just trying to. I don't think he's gonna be. I just think they're giving this. I think they're psyching us out.
Yeah, well, I think he's one of them.
Right.
I mean, I think either he's one of them or he's involved somehow. He is just too mysterious, and he's just not. He does not give me good vibes. I try to look into the television, feel the vibes. He doesn't give me good vibes.
Well, Derek Hogan in the chat says that Hal has blue eyes and the Black Hood has green.
Yes, right. So I mean, one of the
Context,
big details is that, like, basically, if there was real concern, then it's like, why would Archie not just at some point be like, okay, Hal, let me look into your eyes. Are you the Black Hood or not? Because I can tell.
Right.
Because I've seen your eyes. I don't know, 17,000
Because
times.
he's walking around the neighborhood just looking in guys' eyes. Because Archie's the best detective in the world, y'all.
Oh,
yes.
he's terrible.
And not very bright is something I think that this show has really taken the liberty to show us.
Oh, yeah.
Is that as much as we, in the beginning, thought that it was Archie's show, and then as we kind of
not.
went, we were like, okay, he's a character, he's a fun character. I feel like now Archie's a little bit like the punchline. He's like kind of an idiot.
Yeah, I agree too.
Right?
Well, I think Riverdale is one of those shows that, I mean, you hear this a lot. When actors really bring something to a role that writers don't expect, writers then write for them.
Sure.
And I think we've seen that with Betty Cooper. I think she's a breakout star of this show.
Yep.
And I don't know if they expected as much. And KJ Apa, his abs look amazing.
So good.
That's all I'm gonna say.
He's extraordinarily low percent body fat, and he's got really flat abs. He doesn't, not a lot of glycogen. It's like very like.
Okay.
His trailer smells like human growth hormone, probably.
Was the part that you didn't like about last week's episode was the fact that when he was running to rescue Veronica, he had a shirt on.
Well,
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
But
You want to
prior-
cut down on
but-
wind resistance,
but
right?
in the previous episode, we got like a really extraneous push-up shot, so I feel like it was kind of balanced out, right?
Yeah, but I think you want to just cut down on anything that's going to hold you back. So you can make yourself lighter, lose that shirt.
I get that. Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't. It was right before he got like beat up by Nick Sinclair, so
Yeah.
he
Right.
needed his shirt on for extra padding and
did.
protection. But bringing it back to this episode, I wrote down, was this because Archie's like going out and campaigning for his father, and then he's like, well, I'm really just looking in the eyes of other people. But it's like, is he, or is he secretly? Did you notice how he was like, I'm voting for Hiram? He's like, don't you mean Hermione? And then he's like, take this.
Right.
Is he really campaigning and then just telling Hiram that he's not, or is he really just looking in people's eyes?
I don't know if he's really campaigning. He's just handing out that brochure. I don't know if that Archie's really got those talking points on lock.
Yeah.
My
But I'm
father's
just-
got a 3-point campaign, a 3-point plan for Riverdale.
Archie's
Right.
not in debate club, girl.
I agree,
So-
but he
Not.
is handing out. I mean, he is starting to like pull away from Hiram, and that's
Sure.
a part of it. I mean,
Definitely.
before he wouldn't even do that. He wouldn't even support his
Well,
father.
I mean, starting with obviously giving the Firebird back. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's a big move. So like
That
that's
was a big move. I like that.
definitely move. I mean, that was the only interesting thing that happened in that entire freaking episode. Though the episode was horrible, but that was a good moment. But he
Season's
is
been rough.
he is moving away from Hiram. So here's my question for you guys: do you think that KJ Apa is a good actor? Because like I've been thinking about this recently as I've watched so many episodes of Riverdale. He is pretty limited in what they give him, right? He doesn't get like a lot of big scenes, and it seems like they've moved him kind of further and further into the like
Supporting cast member.
I'm just that fun guy who does these fun things type of stuff. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Is he good?
No. Look, I mean, so I've made no bones about it. So I mean, the reason why I'm here is I do my own very explicit, if you listen to a podcast about Riverdale, and me and my friend, like his acting is horrible, and I wanted to. You thought the first season, you're like, okay, he's growing into the role. He's a newfound. So, and even I watched the interview, like season 2. He's like, I really felt like I just nailed some of these scenes, and
We're like,
I
what
just
scenes?
yeah, because he can't. Kind of the only thing he does is that rescue face, and that's when that's anger, that's sadness. It's
Right.
the same kind of. I mean, bless him. I just think he's not, and it's sad because what they're having him do. It kind of goes back to. I think why Archie's been really bad this season is that he's just reacting to Hiram Lodge. It's like, and so I wish it's more interesting when Archie has scenes with the girls. It's more interesting when he has scenes. The scenes I've liked with Archie are the scenes with him and Jughead, when their relationship. I think if they wrote scenes like that for Archie, where he's focusing with his friends more, it would be more realistic.
I think that Cole Sprouse is a far more seasoned actor,
Oh,
and even if it
great.
is TV acting, I think that having done it for so long really made Cole Sprouse kind of, he primed him for this show. And I think that that's evident when you see those two together, is
Yeah.
that the KJ feels like a younger actor. But
Yeah.
before we move on to the next bit of this review, I do want to remind everybody here, we have a great suggestion for you. If you want to have fun, we have a great suggestion for you to learn and grow in all areas of your life. For those who do, we have a podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos features it's the podcast edition. It's hosted by AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every single Friday on iTunes. It features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to better in all aspects of your life what you're doing, from health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more. Let Maria be the big sister you never had. Just go to iTunes, subscribe. Let her know that we directed you there. That's kind of what we're doing here. We want to let you guys know to go check out Maria. She is a mentor to all of us here at AfterBuzz TV. Obviously, we all started in podcasting and doing hosting because Maria suggested it. So check out Conversations with Maria Menounos, the podcast edition. It's available now. Be sure to rate, comment, let her know that we sent you there, and just that's kind of the deal. So
There you go.
I feel like with Archie and Hiram, this big, huge blood oath that he made to them, I feel like less and less of it as it goes on this season. I thought it was like such a crucial part, but now it's like it's rarely brought up. It doesn't seem like if Archie wanted to just leave and do something on his own, I feel like there would be no consequence to it at all. Because Hiram's not like, you swore a blood oath to us, so why are you even why are you campaigning for your father? Why are you even going out for this? It should
Right.
be us. He never mentions it at all.
Again.
it does seem a little bit like the blood oath, the like, you're my guy, we're a crime family thing, went away in like 1 or 2 episodes, and all of a sudden Archie's just like, no, I like my dad better than you. Take your car back. None of it matters. I'm my own teenager, and Hiram's like, ooh, Archie, you make a strong point, and so like, I'm gonna slit your throat because I'm a crime family, like, which is like kind of what it feels like should be happening, right?
I feel the
If they
energy.
kill Archie, I'm on this show. That's amazing. I'm gonna miss his ass. So let's be honest. Reggie is there.
I mean,
Maybe
Reggie, I won't
maybe
look at his
Moose can
abs.
take his shirt off. Cody Kearsley, but I would be clutching my pearls.
Yes. Well, Reggie's abs are off limits because he's evil.
He
So
is,
no
yeah.
Reggie's abs.
They're all the same in the dark.
But
girl.
They're all the same in the
They're
dark.
all the same in the dark.
Even in this episode where he finds out that Hiram is financing the Dark Circle behind Archie's back, like Archie doesn't mention that even at the debate. Like he doesn't try to fight. You're like, hey, Dad, I'm sorry, but you know what? Hiram's behind this. And nothing gets mentioned.
He's a Labrador. He's a Labrador.
Yeah.
Right.
But is he being strategic? Like, okay. Right. No, never mind. He's not being strategic. He's not being strategic, so therefore he really just is not telling his father.
That's like
so.
saying Ben Bateman is never not pretty. He always is.
Right. And we don't even joke like that. This man is pretty all the time.
Oh, you guys are too much.
True, look at those eyes.
So flash forward for a second to this crazy riot that happens at the end of the episode, right? And you have Reggie has the gun. You have all this craziness.
But
and-
wait. Before we go there, I just wanted to say, I feel the energy. I feel Hiram's energy. His crime lord energy that you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Like he is making Reggie the new capo.
Yeah, but like, okay, so I want to back up actually even further on that because what I wonder is like the whole Hermione is the godmother reveal that we got at the mid-season finale.
Totally.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened was
I don't-
Hiram started like doing something behind closed doors with that woman
I
because she's
guess.
scared.
No, that's ridiculous. They gave us a total red herring with that. I feel like I feel like they suggested
You're both
it.
right. They've done both of that.
They suggested it, and like I feel like in the episode since it's just been like, no, she's totally irrelevant.
Right.
Which would have been, that was honestly my prediction going into season 2 is I thought Hermione's going to be like a big bad because, again, they kind of didn't know what to do with her in season 1. And that's what I thought. And then when they gave us that mid-season, I was like, yes! And then this is good! Like something. And then again, it does feel a little bit kind of like they just said, hey, we have this idea, and they just have been throwing stuff against the wall. And but there's with no... And then, like, let's kill the Black Hood. No, just kidding. Let's bring him back because that was really enjoyable. And so it seems a little bit like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, were they not prepared for season 2 and then they got renewed and they're like, crap.
Apparently, are you guys disappointed a little bit that the Black Hood has stuck around? Like that plot line after we got a very dissatisfying finale, by the way, in the mid-season. But like, are you dissatisfied that he's stuck around?
I think I rather would have had. Because certainly 13 episodes compared to 23 that they're doing. So that increases the order count, makes it a little harder.
That's true. That's a good point.
But I rather would have had it, tell me like the first 13 episodes, you just tell one complete story, and then have the second one to have like something from the first part of the season, the Black Hood, kind of bleed back into the second half. I'm like,
Sure.
great. I think I rather would have had 2 complete stories.
Yeah.
That. It feels like we have taken what should have been a satisfying conclusion and we've just kind of amortized it across the back half of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also feel like Hiram's, because I certainly he's operating from a relative position of weakness in terms of the crime bosses. But Archie stood up at that meeting and he talked a little smack. But like even last week when he was held hostage, the fact that Hiram, I feel like he had no resources, that he was going to let Nick St. Clair, this kid, outfox him. Like he's got what about his boy, his guy in the lobby, that his doorman.
Of course.
Yeah, like send him on this task.
Jarvis.
Yeah,
No, that's
or
not
whatever his name is, but send him on the like
Andre.
Yeah, Andre. Yeah, that he did
Is
nothing
he setting
with him.
Archie up? I mean, like he's always underhanding Archie. Like even with telling Reggie, like, oh yeah, he's getting out of jail. Like he's just always giving the information. He's a snitch.
Right.
Hiram is a snitch, you guys.
He is.
And he's telling everyone everything that's against Archie. So it's very confusing about what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
I wish, like, because Reggie just seems like one thing. Like you tell him something and he will just take to the worst extreme of it. I wish that seemed like a character that doesn't have a lot of staying power with me. So, I mean, if we're going to see him as more of a regular next season, I'd love to see some range for him, because otherwise, just like we tell something Reggie that's just kind of terrible, and then he just goes to 100, in wanting to execute
If
some sort of
Archie's a
thing.
Labrador, Reggie's a pit bull.
Yes.
Are you guys satisfied, by the way, with the actor change on Reggie? Are you like, we have barely talked about it. Oh, yeah. Because the new actor is way hotter, right?
Oh my! Charles Melton's lips are like, even when he was angry at the end and kind of walking out and trying to look angry / a little constipated looking, his lips, I literally typed. I was like, lips are still pouty. They were just still so pretty.
Right. He's good looking guy.
He's
And
a
see,
good.
I love a guy that can do it like that.
Yeah, he's got great
I feel
hair.
like he could do that.
He knows it on his Instagram. I don't know. I don't message him every day. But
Me either.
but then what I just read, the new actor just got the old Reggie. Maybe the chat can help me out, but he just got a sweet gig.
Ross Butler, I follow him on Twitter, and I feel like he got
He's doing that season 2 of
13 Reasons
yes.
Why, but he's also in something else.
Something bigger.
He booked something bigger than like
nice.
a BTV show. He booked like
Like a film or like a...
yeah, it was something pretty big. And I've heard, I mean, I'm no verification, but I've heard he's the worst, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
You, from Ben Bateman's lips
Yeah,
to the internet's ears,
Yeah.
right there.
just saying.
This man is known to give a good shocker. He didn't say he's the worst. Not the best, but the worst.
Just what I've heard. I mean, nothing, I'm not going to name sources, so...
I would feel like this whole thing with Reggie by the end of the episode would have meant more to me if we would have seen any episodes, anything early episodes of Reggie and Midge having any scene together.
Can we...
Like, why is he so upset?
Seriously.
I don't even get why... I mean, I did an interview with Cody Kersley, Moose, and I asked him, I was like, what the heck with Midge? And he was like, I know. Even he kind of was like, she was there and then not. It was kind of this weird... Because she's a part of that. I'm not a, but it's always Moose and Midge in the comics,
it's a big
right?
comic. It's a big comic book thing.
So I think that, again, too, with like the whole like Moose coming out and storyline, that could have been way more interesting. And again, like a plot that's going on about these teenagers instead of about these parents.
It honestly feels like with Moose and Midge, the way they set it up was that like you have all of these characters that matter that do things, and then Moose and Midge, it was like the jock who's gay.
Oh, sorry
And-
to interrupt. He's in Shazam. That's what he's in.
that's
Ross
what it is,
Butler's
yeah.
in Shazam. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And his totally irrelevant girlfriend, who was only relevant because she was shot but didn't die in an earlier episode, and then she actually died
She-
in a later episode.
Like, what do we got to kill again?
Talk about like sloppy storytelling. It was like Midge actually never got a single episode where she mattered, aside from being shot and not dying in a way that was totally unbelievable.
And then,
Like Zodiac stats.
Yes.
Like just like actually like we're gonna shoot you close range a bunch of times. Totally fine. You recover in a couple weeks, and then you're stabbed to death on stage. And sorry, actress who plays Midge, because that's actually how irrelevant the show made her. I can't even name her by name.
no, I'm sorry.
She's gone now
actress.
forever.
And they gave her a real bad wig, y'all.
Yeah.
Was-
A
I was
really,
wondering
really
what did they
bad.
try to-
It was not unbelievable. It was bad. And by the way, that was Cass Legault who gave that shout out about Ross Butler and Shazam. So thank you, Cass.
Thank you.
Let me just say about Midge, though, I think the whole point of her was just to roll with the whole down low idea. Like, Moose is on the DL, right? And then she's his, like, decoy girlfriend.
Totally.
Right? So that was her, I think that was her thing, but... Girl, you weren't even that great of a decoy girlfriend. Like, I need you to get real jiggy with it when you're in public with him or something, you know?
Because she was dating another gay guy.
Well, because
Right.
what I will say is that I do think I understand that in a television show, especially an ensemble show like this, you have to feature all of your major characters. You have to find ways in your 43 minutes to feature everyone. So Midge and Moose, they're not like super significant parts.
No.
But to only ever show you Midge in a couple moments, and really only show you Moose in similar moments where it's like he's the closeted gay jock and she's the irrelevant girlfriend of the closeted gay jock, and that's like we got the moments where it's supposed to illustrate exactly those things. That's sloppy storytelling because like they become plot devices, and you don't ever want to watch a show where you're just like, that person that I'm watching right now I don't have to care about because they're supposed to get me from A to B.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. That's not smart. That's not good. That doesn't make us feel smart as an audience, right?
No, sorry, I'm going to harp on this the last time, but if they replaced all the drama with Fred and with the lodges and all the adult crap,
Yeah.
if they took that out and replaced it with, like, you know, Kevin and Moose have this scene when Moose is in the hospital. It's like this big heartfelt scene. He's like trying to connect and they
Right.
can't. They never bring it up again.
I know, that was a great
Ever.
scene. That
It was a great scene.
Yeah, I agree.
And But I mean, really, when it comes to although only because Betty Cooper is my goddess, and every time she's on screen, I feel reborn. But only between her and Hot Skeet Ulrich are the scenes that, like the adult scenes that I really felt I really gave two craps about.
I mean, even Andrea Zuckerman got her own episodes on 90210. You know, so you gotta treat those people deep in the roster.
Zuckerman. There's like 3 of you in the chat who probably know who that is, but I do. Thank you.
Rock solid, rock solid. So, guys, on that note, on Andrea Zuckerman, I want to remind everybody here listening that we do this show. We don't charge any money. We never have, and AfterBuzz never will. And
It's a Ben Bateman guarantee.
Doing the show, the biggest thing we ask of you guys, I mean, this is literally it. If you just find the show on iTunes, because this goes out as both an audio podcast, and we also stream it live on video on YouTube. If you go give us a rating and a review on iTunes, preferably 5 stars. If you love Frank, give us 5 stars, please. If you love Frank.
Yes.
But
There would be no 5 stars then.
You do have a very nice radio voice.
Oh,
it's very calming.
a review, anything. It's just like, hey, I love Riverdale. The AfterBuzz show is great. If you do that, and then, you know, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. That's a thing too, because like it helps us keep going. And if we can keep the lights on here, the show will keep going. And that's how we do this. We will never, ever charge money for it. So,
And you want to see Ben's handsome face.
Yes.
you know,
Definitely
Those
do.
baby blues.
I think you guys are actually just trolling me at this point because you say it so much. But you know what? If you're trolling me, I'll be the butt of the joke. So
I'm never
thank
trolling you. I am
thank
never
you
trolling.
so much.
I
It's
am
all honest.
120% aboard the Ben Bateman train.
You guys are the best. All right, let's keep talking about the show.
Actually, I love that. The chat's not even talking about the show. They're all basically they're talking about Black Adam and Shazam,
Yeah, right. It's a big deal. I mean, look,
which is fine. Y'all live your truth.
the whole entire world is basically just superhero movies. Like, and this is a quick just side note because I've been talking about this all day. But so last weekend when Infinity War opened, right, 640 million internationally. Do you guys know that in 4 days there are 125 movies in the history of the world that have opened worldwide total ever, like in their theatrical runs all across the world, that made more money than that movie made in 4 days?
What?
In 4 days, it was the 126th highest grossing film ever in history, worldwide.
Wow.
In 4 days. By now, it's already made 200 million more. It's like number 60.
That's unbelievable.
It'll be the highest grossing film of all time by the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was amazing. by
And
the
it
way.
was worth it.
I loved it.
I mean,
I was obsessed.
let's not talk
Good
about
Nerds
the
and
ending,
Suits.
but
And-
hey.
I did, multiple reviews. So, all right, let's keep talking about the show.
Okay.
So, all right, we have a few episodes left, guys. What I want to know from you is, do we think that there will be any major developments, because I know we didn't see a lot this episode, between Alice and FP by the end of the season?
Well, I talked about it last week. I said that Phallus is sadly over.
That was a rough moment, right?
It was a rough moment, and I'm not feeling any type of like return. I feel like she's now just solidified in her position at the house. She knows what she's done. She's confessed it to Hal. I think she's a little down. But of course, I'm just giving you guys a little different.
But I don't
opinion.
believe this bull crap that Hal's back and it's all good. Like, that doesn't that feel totally disingenuous to you guys?
mean,
It feels ridiculous to me when I watch it. I'm like, there's no way this is gonna last.
No, Hal's out. He's either dying or he's out.
Totally.
Just because she already left him, and it was great. She like zhuzhed her hair and she put on red lipstick and she was like serpent again, and I loved it too. But I think I don't think Hal Cooper is the black pig, no, a black hood.
Pig people in black
I don't know what
hoods.
that is, but I wouldn't be surprised if. I mean, I feel like he's gonna die. I feel like
That
I
would
feel
be
like
okay
he
with
might
me.
die.
You think
and I'd
in
be
the
okay.
next 3 episodes, Hal's dead?
I don't know. I want him gone. I want him and Hiram gone. That's what I want. I want him to kill them both.
There's no way Consuelos is gone. No, none. But Hal's gonna die, I think.
Well, I guess you could take him off the show and not lose anything.
Nothing.
Because you can still have the paper run with Alice, so she
Yep.
could take over the paper. So, Hal seems kind of superfluous at this point.
And he already was like a gigolo to Cheryl's mom, and that just didn't matter. Right?
So strange.
Maybe they're going to work at the casino, y'all, because high schoolers open casinos.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Where's
High
Cheryl's
schoolers
mom, though,
open
because-
casinos.
So all these dudes came to court Veronica, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna open a cannery, a casino," and it's like, she's like, "Okay, I'll open a casino," and you're like, "You're 16.
You're
You're
16.
gonna run
Like you can't even get in it.
You're gonna run a casino, and like this will all just be cool, I guess.
She's like the bourgeois and the bourgeois. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. Like when she was talking like that, I was like, what is she talking about, people?
Look, flash forward to the episode where all of Riverdale is like partying at the casino and like Josie's dancing on the table. I'm so into that. So like,
at that point, we're all teenagers.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
we're there.
Yeah.
But it's like you pay for 1 hour of legal time, and then that's it. That's like, boom, I got it. Is everything I needed to know
Get a
and
gaming
do?
license.
I'm ready to go.
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, like attorney McCoy, is she going against? She's purposely like representing Fang so that she can go against.
That I'm
the
interested
fact
in.
Yeah.
That Sheriff Keller is out
right.
with this new semi-hot, but evil is not hot, guys. But semi-hot sheriff.
'Cause let's give Robin Givens something to do. Or actually, let's, because again, let's
Right.
give Robin Givens and Josie something to do.
But I mean, bottom line, I was a bigger fan of Sheriff Keller. I feel like they should have given him more shirtless scenes to work out.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Hot Daddy Keller.
Right?
Although the new sheriff, whatever, the new sheriff is cute too.
Two people have called him Sheriff whatever. It's not a good sign for his character.
we don't care
Sheriff
about
Keller
him.
is coming back. There was
Yeah.
too much of a fandemonium.
Full on, yeah, 100%.
If he leaves the show, I have not stopped watching. Sheriff Keller, I can't.
But I would say,
Drink-
like,
drink tea.
everybody that can put it up to series regular this season, including Kevin and Josie. I mean, I feel like both of them have been so underutilized.
Oh, yeah, they
to get that
were.
promotion.
Oh my God.
So Reggie, you're still not going to be any scene, sugar.
Speaking of which, I suggest we actually get into a small piece of news, which is that this week, both Vanessa Morgan and Charles Melton were announced as series regulars on the show. So for season 3,
Yeah, it's Tony
Riverdale,
Topaz.
we now have Tony Topaz and new pouty lipped Reggie coming back as series regulars. But what does that actually mean when you consider stars that we had in, Archie and Betty and Veronica and Cheryl and Josie and Kevin did not seem like they were elevated. They had
Not at all.
they both had like 2 episodes where they seemed more important, but Josie was actually irrelevant. Kevin had like 2 episodes where he was important. Like I can think of his episodes. Josie, I'm just like,
True, like the one where he's trolling in the park.
that was a good episode. I honestly, and Kevin's moments were great, but like
Yeah.
Josie, wasn't her episode with her dad in the first season anyway? Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
just
and then they
hate-
had what was the episode? Was it in the first? Which was the best episode I think for me of the season? The one that was like the 3 vignettes.
right.
That was super creepy. That
Cheryl
was.
was in love with Josie.
And like so, they brought in the Cheryl Josie and Robert. I forget his name. The guy who runs the show.
Aguirre-Sacasa.
Yeah, 3 names. And he said like he teased because someone asked him a question like, "What about Cheryl and Josie?" And he said, "We're gonna get to that by the end of the season." And I'm like, "Are you waiting till
But
the
they
last
did get
episode?"
to it though. They addressed it, and Josie found out that Cheryl was the one.
Kind of, but-
and then they went
they
through this
kinda
whole thing
made
with their
up.
friendship.
I guess because now she's with Tony Topaz. But it's like again, it's like you bring in Tony Topaz, which is cool. It's just interesting. It's interesting. It's like they have an idea for a character, and then let's not. Now there's not even like, yeah, I like music,
just think-
but there's not even the Pussycats anymore. You know what I mean?
I just
There's
think
not
Josie,
even that.
I think Josie was literally like, Cheryl, what happened? And she was like, well, I was obsessed. She was like, well, your voice is really bad and you're singing a lot, so I feel sorry for you. Let's be friends again. That's
Look at
actually what I think
this.
happened. Yeah.
She did
But I
not
also
sound
think-
that bad.
Like Tony
Oh,
Topaz this season, I felt had more to do than Josie did.
Yeah.
And she was just a guest star.
Yeah.
Now she's full on though, because
She's
she's
full on.
Shoney. She's a part of Shoney.
She's
and
also
Shoney
best.
is
She's
dead.
also best friends with Maddie Pesh.
Right,
They're
which
like
is-
in real life, like actually the closest thing in the world.
Which is
really?
hilarious that they
All
have to
they
like
do
kiss
is
each
like
other and
post
whatever.
pictures together and ride motorcycles. They're like besties, straight up.
Lesbian realness riding motorcycles. I'm proud for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
In Vancouver.
Fix that transmission.
Here's my thing. If you were a star of a CW show, like if you booked the role, pretty much by and large you would live in Vancouver for 9 months out of the year, like 8 months out of the year. Like that's what your life would be. I just can't imagine like after a few months you're like, okay, I'm making a ton of money. I'm on the show. It's gonna air in a little while. Some people will watch it. But you're stuck there. You have to film 23 episodes. I mean, you're there for like 75% of your year. I just like I don't know if I'd be satisfied in my life. I mean, no disrespect to the actors, because like you're making
They're
a ton of money
grinding.
and you're famous, so like you're probably super satisfied. But I also know that after several seasons, like some of the actors on The 100 that I know that did exactly what I'm talking about, it's just like you can't do that much else. You can't film movies. You can't really. You're there. You're stuck in like rainy Vancouver on set for like 9 months at a time.
Do you not like Vancouver just as a city?
I bet I've been like 2 or 3 times. It just seems like hard to imagine being able to I'm just totally
Coming
rambling
from
right
Yes.
now.
AfterBuzz is not brought to you by the City of Vancouver Tourism Department.
They got a great comic book shop
Right.
right there on the main drag.
Really?
You get some poutine. Yeah.
Poutine is good.
Papa poutine.
You've had poutine in Vancouver?
I have. I did some improv there on the island. Yeah, I mean, there'd be fun stuff to do there.
When that dude with the big teeth said to Archie you were responsible for the death of Papa Poutine, how did that make you feel? Or you were like,
Did you call him the big teeth guy?
he was,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. Big teeth.
Yep.
Right? He did have big teeth.
When I
Oh,
found
you
out
brought
that
up Archie and the FBI and Papa Poutine. That was rough.
Are you his capo? No. I didn't have anything to do with that.
The show is getting into like such preposterous territory. Like honestly,
Even with that Godfather music, and you're like, hey, Archie.
there are like moments in the show that happen now where I'm just like, okay, so like no one's gonna ever go to jail, no one's ever gonna actually stay dead if you're important, and no one can act. Like that's like I have my moments where I'm like, oh yeah, this is great, and I have my moments where I'm just like, what the F happened to this show? I'm like, the first season I was like, oh, this is such like sweet, just like teen drama.
It's
like,
not teen drama. That's
Not
it.
anymore.
It's not teen drama. They need to get rid of almost all of the adults on this show, I'm telling you, and make this about the kids.
Because Hiram
It's
runs the show.
straight up just like, this is not believable, like totally over the top, ridiculous melodrama now.
But it's not that bad. I mean, Hiram comes off as the kind of guy who could possibly inflict this kind of. He has tons of money and he's evil as
Right.
hell. We're learning he does not respect obviously his own daughter and wife. So like this guy could really do this to a town, especially with we don't know who the Black Hood is. Betty and Jughead are detectives of the year, but
Right.
they can't seem to make it. I mean, it's like they're so good, but not good enough. So I feel like it is a little bit unbelievable, but if you just suspend the disbelief, you can believe this. It's just a
you've
bit
gotta
too
have-
much on the adult
So-
side.
But you've got to have good acting to suspend disbelief.
And when I say no one can
That's
act,
true.
I'm
No,
definitely
no.
exaggerating.
I know,
Billy,
I know.
I enjoy a lot of the actors in this show. It just feels like there are so many moments right now where I'm just like, the stakes are pushed so far over the cliff that it's hard for me to like look at it and be like, oh yeah, I believe this acting. It's almost like I believe this moment. Like it's just that's what I feel like. But here's what I really want to know, and I'm gonna start with you, Frank.
Go for it.
Is we have several episodes left of the season. Where are we gonna end up? What's gonna happen? How is this like? How are we gonna like? What's the cliffhanger that's gonna bring us into season 3?
I mean, it's going to all revolve around the Black Hood. That's what it's going to be. We're going to find out what the real identity is and what his ties are to Riverdale, and what kind of. And I'm sure something from that is going to turn us into season 3.
Yeah.
There's going to be something that is connected to that. Now with him dead is now going to be uncovered, and now that it launches a new mystery.
Are
I'd imagine.
you if he's still around going into season 3? If it's still a cliffhanger, will you be disappointed?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine he goes into season 3. There's got to be a resolution to that, and then the aftermath is what propels us into season
Die
3.
or be caught. All right, Shawna, what do you think?
I think that as far as the Black Hood goes, or for season 3. think-
Season 3, yeah.
Season 3, I definitely hope that there is no Black Hood, and if there is, then I hope that we are like frying him on the first episode and figuring out what his deal was, and then let that go. We got other things to talk about, okay? I like Capo Reggie. I'm worried about him, even though, like you said, he's very one-dimensional. That rage could really light the town on fire, especially if they like put him in charge of like a prison or something like that, right? Which they're building. Something like that. He might be a little right.
I mean, if teenagers can run casinos, why can't he run a
They
prison?
run prisons. I mean, as long as you're angry enough, Hiram's down for you.
Seriously, right?
So yeah, I'm worried about the corruption in the town.
We like
Hiram's-
barely talked about the casino aspect. I'm so stoked.
We don't
Now
really
got
like.
I hope for more season 3. I just want more gay stuff. You know, I just want Kevin and
be
Miss-
honest, yeah, I like
yeah, but, no, but I do want hot Sheriff Keller. But it goes back to I want no adults. Anytime I say no adults, take a shot on this show and you'll get drunk, everybody. But no, I hope on this show that my things that I love are when I have Jughead and Archie kind of trying to do something together and Betty and Veronica doing something together. Like if this show decided, hey, just kidding, it's not Riverdale anymore, it's now a spinoff, it's a procedural where it's like Detective Betty, like Veronica Mars, and it's every episode I'm like, I am in.
Right.
This I'm interested in. So I wanted to go back to kind of what you said earlier. I just hope that this show goes back to teen drama.
So my
And
thing
Black
is,
Hood's dead.
My thing is that I don't think that the show has to be teen drama. Like I've actually really enjoyed Skeet Ulrich. I've really,
he's great.
In fact, a lot of the parents I've really enjoyed. Like I think their moments have been totally fine. I think the even split has been a problem, and I think that pushing the stakes into the like sort of supernatural / really extreme crime plot lines has made me feel like, how can we last for 6 seasons? Because how can we rebound to a point where I actually believe anymore?
Because it gets more.
Archie's like living a regular life, or that like any of these characters for that matter are living regular lives. Like it became I mean, it's based on a comic book, but it became very comic booky, and they can recover. I mean, they can do what they can do, but like there are so many dead bodies. There's so much like deception and murder and incest and all these crazy things now that
the gay conversion,
that I'm honestly just like, okay, so like if Archie starts dating Betty, is that going to be like a big enough deal? Because it feels so irrelevant compared to all the plot lines. And, and ultimately, when I think about season 1, I'm like episode 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like I wanted Archie to date Betty. That's like what I wanted.
They muted Archie.
I mean, or anything for that matter. You know, even like Veronica dating Jughead, which I don't want, but like if that was to happen, it would seems like not a big deal compared to like what's happened in the rest of the show. So when I think about season 3, I'm just like, I don't know. It can't be the Black Hood.
A little more Chuck maybe would change up the situation.
He was great. I like seeing him come back.
With Josie.
Oh, Chuck is hot.
The ships, people
but
love
he is killing it on BL right now. So he's on
hot.
Blacklight. He is.
Yes.
I don't know how y'all got that man in here. I'm proud for y'all.
Chuck's the best.
He is. Chuck is the best.
I'm so sad I didn't get to be here for that. Yeah.
I mean, he is what I think would change the whole ship thing. Because like you said, I mean, people are not really worried that much about Barchi anymore.
Right.
Although I do know there's some Barchis out there, no disrespect. But it's not that relevant anymore. But a new couple would be great. And then it would be great if like they could double date with Chosey and Choni.
Right, you're right.
Hotness.
Yeah.
It seems weird, like with 13 episodes for season 1, I feel like I was more entertained and invested in the adults than I was with 23 episodes in season 2. I feel like they've
agreed.
just like I'm more with you, Matt. Like you really underserved them with even more episodes.
You can pepper them in, and because obviously it's teenagers how they deal with their parents.
Right.
But I think when I say the plot line should be around what's happening in the teenagers' lives, and the parents are reacting to it.
Ben, let me ask you this: how did you feel when Alice Cooper screamed out to Betty, "Don't leave me"?
Right. Last week's episode.
At the music, that thing creeped me out. I watched it again, and I was like, still creeped.
That whole episode.
It made me cry. It was amazing. It was so. No, okay. This is what I want to say.
Okay, he lives for the drama,
because
clearly.
I will say, and the show that I do is with another musical theater queen who's even more gayer than me, and we both agree. We actually say this was our favorite musical episode, second to Buffy. We're that strong about this episode.
God.
Have you seen Hairspray?
Because no TV musical.
Oh, okay.
TV musical.
Did you like it, Frank? Did
But
you like
because what they did, what I liked about that episode, and what I feel like they didn't do, is that a lot of musical episodes, they're like, we want people to sing, and they insert a song that has nothing to do with the plot line or the irrelevant. And I like that they used Carrie musical, which is not a great musical, and they were able to reinterpret, and they had Betty Cooper, who doesn't have a voice, sing this song that she's not good singing at, that's about Carrie, and they ended up making a song about, we see her vulnerability of not wanting to lose her daughter.
Betty, honestly,
I like that.
I thought her voice was better than most. So that was original music from the Carrie musical. It wasn't.
It was original. Carrie's not a great music. That was the original music. It's not a great.
Okay.
So the fact that they didn't write it, that they took it, interpreted, and like the love duet actually became about Betty and Veronica and healing their relationship. Sorry, it's a whole musical thing. I'll get on it. I'll just like, I'll start shooting glitter out of my fingers.
We'll have you
I
back for another episode, but unfortunately we are running out of
Yeah,
time.
we
So I
gotta
want to thank everybody here for listening and watching. It was so nice to be back here, guys. Thank you so much. Frank, where can the folks find you?
You don't want to find me. You can follow me though on I Love Ben Bateman
It's too much.
on Twitter and Instagram.
It's too much, man.
Or you can follow me on Happy Go Jackie.
Shawna, where
And you
folks
can
find
catch me on Instagram and Twitter at Shawna O. I totally enjoyed this episode.
I totally enjoyed this panel. Thank you. I do
for
love y'all.
coming.
And but Sam, get better. You can find me at the Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R's. Again, I do an advice podcast. I do a Riverdale podcast. That's a lot of, male anatomy jokes. So it's a different type of show, y'all.
It's killer. It's killer stuff. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I'm Ben Bateman. You can find me at Ben Bateman Media, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know. I'm so sorry to say this, but I may have to miss the rest of the season. I'm gonna try. I know. I'm trying, guys. But,
Wait a minute, he dropped a bomb on us like this in front of
know.
all of you guys.
But this is my last chance, and if I didn't say it right now, then I would feel so bad because you guys, I love y'all. I love being here.
I mean,
I'm gonna try to make it for both or one of the next 2 weeks. But
wow,
okay, guys. Let's
Okay, the chat is actually throwing things in
rioting.
slow motion as a riot. They just shot someone now.
I'm gonna try.
But we don't know who.
Thank you guys so much for coming. It's been wonderful. Tweet at me, Ben Bateman Media. Let me know what you thought of the episode, and we will talk to you guys very, very soon.
Why, Ben? Why?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.